Many believe the war in Syria is now virtually over. Try telling that to the people of bombed and besieged Eastern Ghouta. This has been the area's last 2 weeks. A senior UN spokesman has called what's been happening an outrage. Casualty figures are impossible to verify given the siege situation, but they've evidently been mounting steadily.
We have more than 121 civilians got killed and 905 injuries by 336 airstrikes and 2,450 mortars. That's all in only 10 days.
The Syrian government claims they're responding to an attack by rebel forces on a military base in Ghouta, but residents there say they are the ones in the crosshairs.
These missiles were targeted at civilians. We don't understand why they keep aiming at civilians. Behind me, you can see an example of this. A whole family, a mother and her 4 children died there. We found them in pieces under the rubble.
Eastern Ghouta has known horrors before. In August 2013, it was the site of a sarin gas attack by Syrian government forces. Hundreds died. Now, locals claim, similar tactics are being used against them again.
3 days ago, the regime has targeted our brothers with chlorine gas in Harasta. There are no deadly weapons that we haven't been targeted with. You who are listening to me, what more are you waiting for? Our extermination? There is nothing we can do.
A doctor at Duma Hospital in Eastern Ghouta tells me he's seen signs that back up such claims.
Yes, actually we had several casualties in Harasta, where was a chemical attack took place. We have signs of phosphorus material were used. We can't detect the material because we don't have an analysis. But from the signs, we can say for sure that it's a phosphoral gas.
The evidence, he says, was plain to see, with many patients suffering from severe breathing difficulties after airstrikes. Malnutrition is another killer in this long besieged area. Few will forget this photo, taken last month. The baby died soon after.
It's very widespread now. We have a very large number of children. From one statistics, we have around 30% of children have malnutrition, from severe or moderate.
2 relief convoys were allowed into Eastern Ghouta recently, but a missile hit the roof of a food warehouse and destroyed much of the aid they brought in. And this man told me he and many others see little point in sending in any more.
If the United Nations enters every day aid convoys, that will not be enough for the people here, and people demand to break the siege and open the crossing of Eastern Ghouta, not to have aid.
Some see a parallel here with another formerly besieged rebel enclave.
The regime seems to be following a strategy in Ghouta that is similar to what it followed in eastern Aleppo, which is a strategy of besiegement and starvation followed by heavy bombardment.
Yesterday, 23 more people are reported to have died in the latest air attack by Syrian government planes. And with winter closing in, bitter cold will be added to the growing casualties, malnutrition and lack of fuel and medicines.
There are children here, there are women here, there are 400,000 people in this small place in the world. Nobody is talking about them. All of the world will regret not doing anything when the worst will happen.
There is hope. Peace talks are due to begin in Geneva tomorrow, and today Russia called for a ceasefire to be imposed in Eastern Ghouta. But with government forces seemingly determined to retake this shrinking rebel enclave, its people may need to see it before they'll believe it.